Okay, now what happens when a person is mixed? That's question number one. What are they then? Number two, if I'm African American, now see, Africa is a continent that has countries. Africa is not a country. So if I'm African American, which country am I? Because if I compare an African American to an Italian American, well, Italy's a country. That's a part of the continent of Europe. So an Italian American shouldn't be called an Italian American. If I'm an African American, they should be a European American. Also, if a black person is an African American and one of the yellow persuasion would be an Asian American, well, Asia has a lot of countries as well, so that would have to mean that anyone who has any connection to any country in Asia would have to be Asian American. And then we have those who were born of Spanish descent, maybe, but Latin American had become the more popular term, so we would say of Latin descent. But then Latin came from Rome, which came from Italy, which came from Europe. Okay, and so then we have white Americans who somehow, some way are magically just called Americans. I'll gladly embrace being an African American if every white person would be a European American. And yet they're not referred to as European Americans, but we actually call the red man a Native American. So now, wait a minute.
Come on.
Somebody help me out with this now. I'm an African American. The Indian is a Native American. The Caucasian is just an American. To me, if anyone should be an American, it should be the people who were here when those from Europe came and found those of a reddish complexion already present. If anybody should be Americans, it should be the Indians. They should be the Americans. And that's the problem that we have with terms like this. And I'm going to address this in the hidden agenda of Satan, because we have color, we have ethnicity, we have nationality, we have citizenship, and sometimes we'll mix these terms up. You know, like we'll say, oh, he's half black and half Chinese. Wait a minute. What does that mean? Why is he half a color, half an ethnicity?
Come on.
I don't get it. All right. If you're able to identify, basically what you're saying is he's half black and he's half yellow. Specifically, he's Chinese. If that's the case, then what's his black side? Is he Nigerian? Is he of Niger? Is he Ethiopian? Is he of Lagos? Is he of Kenya? Is he of Zimbabwe? What is he?
Come on.
Nobody takes the time to think about this kind of stuff. Too much paperwork, huh? See, nobody takes the time to think about this kind of stuff. So there's no balance in the conversation. And then, of course, you know, we have, there's so much more that comes out of it. And so that's why I'm going to really attack it head on in the hidden agenda of Satan regarding what? Regarding ethnicity, regarding color, and regarding race. And the only reason I include the word race is because so many people have become acclimated to referring to those of a different descent as a different race, when in actuality there's only one race. That's the human race. That's it. There's only one race. For there to be another race on this planet, we would need outsiders from another world to enter this world.
Come on.
And then those outsiders would need to present themselves before the proper authorities. Most likely that building over in New York, United Nations, and put a bid in to be a resident of this world, and then we would have more than one race present. But until that happens, there's only one race. There's no black race, there's no white race. All right, there's no Asian race, there's no Indian race. There's only one race. It's a human race. The human race consists of different ethnicities, different cultural backgrounds, different complexions. Right? How about, what makes somebody black? What actually makes somebody black? Because some of you are darker than me, And some of you are lighter than me. And there are Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans and Indians from India darker than me. Are they black? Why aren't they black? Right? Because we have been programmed to attribute, and it seems like it's only with black and white. We attribute black and white and make them synonymous with ethnicities. That's what we've done. As opposed to colors. We haven't kept color in the color category, ethnicity in the ethnicity category, right? Nationality in the nationality category, citizenship in the citizen category. The Bible gives us an example of a Greek who was a Syro-Phoenician. Wait a minute, what does that mean? A Greek who was a Syro-Phoenician. It simply meant this. One parent was Syrian, one parent was Phoenician, but they were a citizen of Greece. So they were Greek because they were citizen of Greece. And we are citizens of America. So that makes us, that's it. We are Americans. Now, if you want to do the DNA test, if you want to do the Ancestry.com, if and find out what your ethnicity is, more power to you. I'd love to find out what I am. I'd love to. My grandfather on my father's side was full-blooded French. So that probably explains this complexion here. We don't put everything in the proper categories, and so then we have these conversations about what one is, what one isn't, and we mix terms that really shouldn't go together.
Darn.
But we'll have more fun with that later.